Just remember, you don't need everything at one time. Life comes in stages. Enjoy the journey. We don't get everything we want at one time because it'd be really hard to savor everything at one time. We think we could, but we can't. Life is worth savoring. Do you remember when you were a little kid? Just explore the things that you liked. Being able to do that is so important. That's why we savor those things. Don't allow life to be bittersweet. Enjoy the savoring of the moment. So just wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. Wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. Wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. Wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. Wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. Wipe the problems, wipe the problems, wipe the problems away. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just wipe them. Wipe them. Wipe them away. 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 Just wipe the problems away. Wipe them away. Let them be. Let them be. Let them be. Let them be. And just shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Just let them be. Sweetness. And just let it be. And just and one on the nose, and an extra kiss. Well, babies, you did a fantabulous job today. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to be able to share this moment and these moments with you. Again, this is week 1 of us finding our happiness, peace, balance, rest, purpose, whatever you need. Just allow it to be what you need, okay? And each week we're going to work on these things to get us closer to that. So some weeks you might need rest, other weeks you might need cleansing, and other weeks you might just want to be playful. Whatever that is, bring it to your space and feel free to share as well. So if no one has said it, babies, let me go ahead and say it. Love yourself a little bit more each and every day. And if no one has said it, I'm going to say it. Love you, okay? So bye, babies. See you. Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom into a bloom. Blossom into a bloom. I am Jet. Welcome. And we only have like a month left in the year, so it's such an exciting time to let go of everything from this year, 2024, as we step into 2025. So today we have a special session. It's all going to be about releasing all this extra baggage, whether it's from years before or whether it's from this year, or maybe it's just time if it comes up to come out. So if you're new to the community, welcome. You are now one of my babies, so that means you get one kiss on the forenoggin. So come. And if you're a returning baby, you know what you get. What do you get? You get multiple kisses. Mama loves you, okay? best you can in the things that are important or you are responsible for, but live. Sometimes living just means giving yourself permission to exist without the need to be chasing something, without the need to be constantly being evaluated by yourself or others, without the need of feeling that you are too far behind or that there's something else you could be working on right now. Relax. Plenty of time in life to go on many adventures. You don't need to rush this one. I'm just going to work on the mind here. And what I'm going to work on here is just simply opening up your mind to the idea that you don't have to look perfect during the process. The process is sloppy, that's how it is. That's okay. You do not have to look perfect during the process. Do not believe anyone who looks perfect during the process. Your whole life does not have to be curated. Relax. Calm your nervous system. Take your time. You will have your blossoming and or blooming moment at different times and different stages in your life, but it's not always and all the time. Give yourself time to incubate, to relax. You know, when you're a kid and you think, oh, I want to be an adult so bad, and then you get to be an adult and you're like, I want to be a kid so bad because it was simple. Where you're at now, no matter what stage of life you're in, you are at the simplest moment in this part of your storyline. So why not enjoy it? And you're not gonna find other people who are gonna show you how to enjoy it in the real, true, sloppy way that it is. It just looks unorganized and relaxing. You're not gonna find that. You're not gonna find it in family, friends. You have to find it within yourself. Enjoy the people around you. Enjoy the life you have. But you have to move on your own time. You have your ebbs and flows in life. So you get to decide when that happens and do not feel pressure from anyone, anything, or any thought. Because sometimes people feel pressured by others, but oftentimes people are just being pressured by their own thoughts, their own perception of what they think others are thinking, or how they think they should present in order to be accepted in community or society, I guess. But relax. No one will care how it looked now once you get to your blossoming moment, but relax. Take it easy. Don't walk through life bitter and jaded because you never got a moment to just relax. Incubate. Take your time. Okay, I'm gonna go. And I'm going to just kind of work through here. And I want to just take some of this old stuff off. Okay. Good job. Inhale. actions in life, whatever that is for you. Just let it be. Also, I don't think it's healthy for people who are naturally caring, caregivers, people who have big hearts. Now you gotta learn how to be mad at something from time to time. I realize that in all the years that I just wanted to pour myself into people and things, the moment I put my foot down, I became the villain. Oh well. Oh well. Because I know my heart, and I know the love I have. And if you have to make me, not you of course, but if they have to make me a villain in order to feel better about their behavior, let it be. And I say that to you as well. If someone is trying to make you a villain and manipulate you to do what they want you to do, let them make you a villain. Go get you a little witchy hat. Do whatever you need to do. But choose yourself. Because there will be people, situations, and circumstances that do appreciate you. And you won't know that until you let go of this old stuff. The amount of blessings that comes, and sometimes you're alone a little bit, but any moments where you feel alone or that you feel like you're in solitude, be grateful, because you could be inundated with other people's stuff. Sometimes you just need a break for your own self. that you can live in reality with, okay? Again, same values, share moments you can live through life with. You don't have to be perfect. If your fantasy world changes, they support you, you support them. So many people are living in fantasy and they want the person in their fantasy instead of just seeing the person that they can live with in reality. It's okay. Same thing when it comes to people you spend your time around, friends and colleagues. Make sure that you actually have things in common with these people. Do not force yourself to stay around people that you don't have anything in common with. Life is too short to take on unnecessary baggage. And give yourself permission as soon as you have that feeling like, this may not be right for me. Start to take some step backs and it'll be okay. Give yourself permission to do so. It doesn't mean that everyone is the villain. It doesn't mean that people are bad. It just means they might be going this way. You might be going that way. And if you don't want to be distracted, go that way. They might have their blessings this way. Your blessings are that way. Go that way. You don't have to make them the villain. You don't have to hold on to it because they're a nice person. Just let them be and you let yourself be. Maybe you'll come back or maybe you'll find other people. Same thing with family. Family should let you evolve and grow. Okay? They'll get cut off too. I say it all the time. They'll get cut off too. And last but certainly not least, how you feel about yourself. Make sure that you love yourself. Make sure you have grace for yourself. Make sure you have understanding for yourself. Give yourself patience. It doesn't have to look perfect. It might take a couple tries before you get it. It might take a couple years before you get it. But just keep going. That's how you find something. And take your time. That's how you prevent getting burnt out. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed our session today and I hope that this was very relaxing for you. Just try to make the best of the time that you have here, okay? Live life the way you want it to. Don't feel like anything has to be perfect. Make the best decisions for yourself. You can't care about what anybody says. You can't, Who cares? Move on, it's fine. And learn to love yourself each and every day. Sometimes when people put you in positions where you have to choose yourself, it's kind of like a blessing because then you're put up in a situation where you have to say yes to yourself. And when you strengthen that muscle, you'll keep doing it over and over again. And your life will just become so beautiful and just so wonderful. I try to practice what I preach every day of my life. And I just noticed over the years it just gets better and better and better, even here in the community. I try to work really hard to create a lot of different experiences, like the My People community, which is our community. I always wonder, do people think that this is just like a random website? No, I already have ReikiHealingHope.com, so maybe I should have put it there. I wanted to offer a free membership tier and I also wanted to host the Reiki apprenticeship on there too. And in doing all of that work, I'm just here to love on my babies, to make them happy, to make myself happy, and to give to the world. So if you want to be a part of our community, you can head over to the mpcommunity.com. I also have the New Year's apprenticeship is going to be opening up in December. And of course, we're going to have the pre-week, which is a free week to give you an experience to be in the apprenticeship. So that's coming up soon. Till then, babies, if no one has said it, let me go ahead and say it. Love you, love you, love you. To pieces, pieces, pieces. And if you stay for the whole session. And welcome to your nightly or daily self-care routine where you show up and you hang out and we do what we do when we're doing. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. You are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And my returning babies get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. We start our session off with a prayer, but before we get to the prayer, I've been making some changes around here and I need your feedback. So if you see different kinds of videos popping up, let me know. Comment, send me an email, put it Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Okay, good job. So just breathing in here. As we're working here, start to open up to the idea of a new journey. is going to be okay. If we start to think from this moment and just allow ourselves to be okay now, it's okay no matter how it turns out, it's okay, then we'll feel more confident in pursuing greater things and allowing it to change and shift when it needs to. So let go of any blockages that you feel like is taking up just too much. Let go of any energy that you want to be released from. Remove anything that separates you from a better experience. Reconnect. Reconnect. Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect. Reconnect. Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect. Reconnect. Reconnect with yourself. Be in this moment and let go. Be in this moment and let go. Be in this moment and release. Connect to your energy. Connect to your energy. Connect, connect, 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 connect to your energy. And release. Let go. Let go. And live a whimsical life. A life where what brings you up keeps you up. And when you go down, it's just a roller coaster ride down. You know you're safe. It doesn't matter how things show up. You know you're safe. And you have that energy within you to remain safe. So just tell yourself, I'm safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am secure. I am secure. I am secure. I am safe. I am safe. Secure. I am secure. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am secure. I am secure. I'm secure. So just send that down and work through that. Balance. 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 Life, no matter where you're at or how it's playing out right now, it's all about finding and chasing your passions and growing in those areas. I was talking about that on my people. I was talking about how, we're just enjoying life. And enjoying life looks different at different stages of our life, but it doesn't matter how life shows up. You can still find a passion or a purpose in multiple ways. Whatever you're missing doesn't have the money, or doesn't have the right person, or doesn't have the access, or doesn't have the knowledge, or doesn't have the time, or doesn't have the health, whatever that is. Placing that into your perspective and understanding that even with that being the case, there's still so much of life to experience and to enjoy. There's still so much of life to be curious about. And it almost feels a little forbidden to be happy in life when there is uncertainty. is flowing, that your feelings belong to you and you have the right to be happy at whatever moment you want to be, that you can, if you want to, override the socially accepted response to how life is playing out and say, just right now and just for today, I'm going to be in love with this moment. I'm going to make peace with my life. I'm going to connect with people who I can have deep, enriching, and fulfilling relationships with on multiple levels. I'm going to surround myself by energy that allows me to grow. I'm going to protect myself so that I know I'm always safe. And I'm going to leave room to pivot, because sometimes things aren't planned and we still just have to find our own way. Can you imagine being okay with, no matter how life is playing out right now, just being happy in the moment, just saying, I'm gonna feel good, I'm gonna feel good, just say it, I'm going to feel good, I'm going to feel good, I'm going to feel good, I'm going to feel good. Separate the external reality, reconnect with the internal reality. It is just all a life lesson. And even if it's tough on the outside, it doesn't mean it has to cause the inside. The inside is independent. So take care of this, nurture this. This is within your ability, within your access. You on the inside, only you can reach. So step up and make different decisions of how you feel, how you process things, and challenge it. Go against the automatic reactions you've always had, and just be in this moment. So if we could just take maybe like a couple of seconds, you can bring your hands to your heart if you want to, or just give yourself like a little gentleness, I was gonna say massage or a hug, and just feel in this moment the fullness of life. I feel the fullness, and you can say this too, I feel the fullness of my life. I handle my responsibilities on the outside, but on the inside I feel the fullness of life. I'm not going to wait to feel good. I'm going to feel good now. I'm not going to wait to think differently. I'm going to think differently now. I separate the external and the internal. I am enjoying this new experience of life, and I'm living in this new experience. So just continue to say that over and over and over again. Any moments where you feel like, whoa, the outside, the inside, da 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 da. And I hope that this session has given you an opportunity to find that balance. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having something that looks a certain way. It's about being the essence of that thing, and eventually the external will catch up. But no matter what problem you have, I guarantee you're not the first person with the problem that ever existed. And because of that, there's tons of solutions. It may be, a path or a solution you don't necessarily want to take, but there are options. But it's not really about there not being options. It's really about how you feel. And you get to make the choice of how you feel about things. Don't beat yourself up just because things may have or may have not gone the way you want it to. Don't feel like just because you have to act or react a certain way, maybe a socially perceived way of, when things are going well in life, we act this way, and when things are not going well, we act that way. No, just separate it. Hey, handling the responsibilities on the outside, but I'm still going to give myself the fullness of the experience at all times. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be here one with myself, and just enjoy that and release. Let go. Let go of the old things. Let go of the old ways of seeing things. side. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of palanto, just to kind of give you nice and connected feelings. Okay, beautiful. You're doing a great job. Continue to breathe here. Continue to breathe. Just allowing that. Inhale that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Just wanted to get you right there. Okay, get me right too. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. And this is just for you to be super easy today. For just to enjoy. Just to enjoy, just for today. Wanting you to enjoy. Okay, how does that feel? Just from the top all the way to the bottom, the top to the bottom. Good job. And combing through any past pain, past trauma, past hurt, karma. Just sometimes it's habits, just needing to let go of old ways of doing things. Letting them go. No longer needing to be so connected to things that no longer serve you. No longer validating the habits that are not for your highest vibrational good or just not for the good of you. Letting go of the toxic familiar and embracing the healthy new. The healthy different. You know, the older you get, the harder it is to change patterns too. So sometimes we will be connected to the old ways of doing things for ourselves because it's familiar, not because it's necessarily the best thing for us. So I challenge you to let that go and just hold on to the new, different, unfamiliar, but healthy way of doing things. Like a way that you always wanted to try, but you just never did. Putting the conditioner in now. Put that good energetic conditioner in there. Just letting it soak all through. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go in with the scissors. And you're gonna go in now with the scissors. So every time you exhale, you're letting something go. Something that is no longer serving you. Taking up too much space. It needs to be removed from your lovely, lovely energy. You are definitely something special, something beautiful, and something worthy. And sometimes when we let things go, we need to just cut it, you know. They call that cold turkey. When you cut something, and you just have to sever the ties. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's habits, sometimes it's ways of thinking. It just makes me think so much about my own personal growth here on the channel and just where I was energetically when the channel began to where I am now. I feel like I'm a little girl there. A little energetic girl. I feel like a whole new person. And a part of it is because you share your experience with me. And it's just so lovely and loving to know that what I spend my time doing is actually helping someone. ourselves. We as a collective are moving away from this. Let me work myself until I die, or let me wait for someone else to fulfill my needs, and I'll fulfill someone else's needs forever in this chain, never being satisfied. So let's just go in and clear up our own stuff. The most empowering thing you can do is to save yourself. So when Reiki Healing Up started, I thought, okay, I'm just going to be doing a lot of Reiki sessions. And then the more that it started, I'm like, really what I want to do is teach. I want to empower others, because the same way that I went on my journey of healing, others can do that in their own way, and that's what I really want. I never wanted anybody to look at me as more than what they could do for themselves, and I also wanted them to explore. I understood that not everybody felt like they needed to stay here forever, and that's okay. Come when you need to and leave when you need to. Beautiful. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. So now I'm going to go in and just getting any of those stragglers that need to be removed from your energetic field. They ain't got no place here, so they can go on. Beautiful. A lovely, lovely, lovely energy. How are you doing, my love? How is it? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you really, really just enjoyed the session. Breathing still. Getting that last bit of stuff from around you. Sweetness. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So let's get to plucking away. Let it go. This little problem, we're gonna leave at the market. This little problem can stay at home. This little problem, I don't remember the rest. But exhale. Money problems, love problems, loved one problems, motivation, job, health, soul. So many things, so many pressures that add up in life, so don't feel like, the experience is unique to you. A lot of people are probably feeling this right now. It is completely normal. Just don't let all of that responsibility and mental pressure take over the experience of just living life. Sometimes you gotta be like, fuck it, and just do the best you can and be like, whatever, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm gonna give what I can give, and if I can't, I can't. So just move that off of your energy, sending that somewhere else, somewhere far, far away, on a beach with buttery sand and warm, coolish water, super blue, with the beautiful wildlife roaming about, breathing, exhaling, and here you are, in this place, without a care in the world, as you look up at the stars, and for the first time, you can see all of the planets and all of the stars so clearly because of complete darkness. And you start to see how big this bright universe really is. How small we are, just one person in this big planet, in this tiny galaxy, in this tiny part of our universe. And then your problems, they don't seem that big anymore. To know that there's most likely not a problem when you get to the core of what the problem really is talking about. There's no problem that another human hasn't already probably experienced, and likely thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have experienced it too. And so, if they survived, you can too. They are not smarter than you. You got this. Sometimes it's not always about finding a solution, but just living through it, breathing through it. The discomfort sometimes can make it feel like you have to solve it, when sometimes it's just you have to experience it. And the messages you receive, the knowledge, the movement, all of that is leading you somewhere. It is encouraging you to connect in some kind of way. All of that matters. So don't disconnect or discredit your resilience. There's so much within you that you have the full capability of making it through. So don't forget that. So problem number 1, problem number 2, problem number 3, problem number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I started this yesterday, but I'll keep it going. The art of losing isn't hard to master, even though it may feel like righted disaster. When we lose things, it may feel like a disaster, but that is the part or the process of life. You can't have the best relationship unless you get rid of relationships that don't work. You can't have loving friends unless you remove the unloving friends. You can't have healthy relationships with your family unless you remove those dynamics that are unhealthy. That's a part of it, and that loss doesn't feel good in the moment most of the time. I think it is so easy for us to feel like when we are bettering ourselves, that every move we make, it should feel good and justified. But that's not really true, you know. You can deeply love someone that you have no business being with. You can deeply care for people that you've outgrown. You can deeply love family in a kind of way, but also know that they have no intention of changing with you, and know that that's not something that you need right now in your life. And I'm not saying that that is particularly what's going on with you. I'm just giving you examples of how people are trying to navigate. You can be grateful for your job, and at the same time know that it's your time to go. You can be grateful to God, universe, source, or whatever it is you believe in. That's your business. I don't tell you what to believe in. I don't care. I just focus on what I do and what I believe in. What you believe in is your job. Have fun. Good luck. But you can focus on whatever that connection of the divine is for you. And know that just because you're connecting, it doesn't mean that somehow you're dimming someone else's light, or that someone else's connection is greater or lesser than yours, even if it's different, even if it's the same. All of these things, all of these things, all of these things in the journey. We can be grateful for life and still be sad sometimes. Sadness is okay. It is okay to not have to feel up all the time, happy all the time, perfect all the time. Sometimes you just need to be with yourself, and it's okay to be with yourself. Don't have unrealistic expectations. You are not a robot, okay? You have real feelings and real experiences, and those have real reactions. So forgive yourself for being human, okay? And give yourself the space to navigate the things that come up in your way. Sometimes it's real smooth and graceful. Sometimes yourself. Connect with yourself. Connect with yourself. Connect with yourself and love yourself unconditionally, no matter what part of the path you're on right now. Love yourself unconditionally. Don't seek that outside of you. Find that within you. And then you'll give yourself some compassion as you are navigating the problems that come up. And you give yourself a little bit of kindness as you understand that it's okay to have things happen in your life, things that you can't control all the time, and you will be okay. You have always found a way to get to the other side. This is no different. You are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You're 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 going to be okay. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed this session today, and I hope you are taking extra good care of yourself. Baby, let me tell you something. Everybody got problems, okay? But if everyone has problems, don't feel like you have to solve all your problems at one time. Take it a day at a time. Do the best you can, and that's good enough. And I think over time, you start to realize that it really is good enough, because the younger you are, the more that you really haven't had the time to kind of give yourself a break, the more you feel like when you have a problem, if it's not instantly resolved, it's make or break. And that's sometimes what people do to motivate themselves. But I'm just going to be honest with you. You're always going to have a problem here and there. And you're always going to find your way to the other side. So you do not have to overexert yourself getting there, okay? Trust. Have faith in the process. If you are here today, that means you successfully accomplished many tasks before. Relax. Be yourself. Do your thing. And be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. Blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica. Sup. I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive. I also go by Jet. And this is your nightly self-care routine where you come and you take care of yourself, babies. Okay? So if you're new to the community, welcome. You're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin, so come here. And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We start this session off with a prayer. And also we have a very special session. We're going to be working with blockages and removing old karma. So we start this session with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay, you ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self times way back when that you need to let go of and you need to make peace with. Just let those little experiences go and release them on to their next karmic path. Just flowing in here and working through this. Now just balancing your energy here. I want you to remember a time when you were younger that you really liked, you really enjoyed. And younger can be yesterday or younger can be 15 years ago, okay? Whatever younger is for you. So I want you to go back. Damn, y'all is out here playing. I want you to go back to that time within your energy and just sit with it. Sit with that energy. Sit with that energy. Okay, now allow that to flow over you. Allow that energy to flow over you and slow down. Slow down. Okay, slow down. Now, during that time, I'm sure there were things that you didn't like. So let's just take that energy and shift it somewhere else, okay? I'm going to be taking that and shifting it to somewhere else to do something else, but removing it from this. Just removing it out here and shifting it on to the next. Shifting it on to the next. And calming it, calming it, calming it, calming it. Just calming it, calming it, calming it. Okay, and just work through that. Work through that, work through that. Work through that. Work through that, work through that, work through that. Work through that. Work through that. Work through that, work through that, and send it out. Send it out. Send it out. Send it somewhere else. Okay. Now let's get you nice and aligned. Wherever you're at in your life is where you're supposed to be. This is divine timing. This is perfect timing. This is great instinct. Even if it feels however it's feeling, understand it is simply a stepping stone to where you're going. So let's just balance this out. We'll balance this out. And we're going to learn from it. Okay. I think the toughest thing is when you're living life and you're in the transition of it. Most of life is a transition from beginning to end. But sometimes you have those moments when you are directly going from this one experience to the next. You're redefining who you are. You are good cycles that you're in, and you want to stay in that, and you want to support that, you want to continue to feed that. Well, to keep it simple, just keep doing what you're doing for the things that are working out well, and for the things that you want to make some movement and make some shifts in doing. It's time to separate that out. Separate that out and send it somewhere else. Understanding that you are protected, you are supported, you have guidance, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. A place where you relax, you chill, and you just take care of yourself. You can enjoy the session, you can fall asleep, or you can set this time aside to just work on yourself and work on your self-care journey, your self-love journey. This is a special time because it is a Mercury in retrograde period that is coming up, and we're going to be working through this here. So this is going to be added support for you on this journey. So it's probably better that you start tuning in now than as soon as it goes retrograde on May 10th. That's when the issues really going to hit the fan. If you need additional support for that on Patreon, we're having a double month for May and June. So that's daily, weekly, and monthly resources that's going to be used to help during this period, to help guide you during this period. And this theme is all about self-worth. So self-worth and self-worth, baby. So you got to be making decisions of who am I? These big questions are going to show up, and they've been very cyclical over the years. So today we're going to just start to cut away kind of the old stuff that might want us to react in ways that aren't best during this time period. Old ways that no longer serve us, that need to be released. Okay. And so if you're new, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, sweetness, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I grab your hand? Okay. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's begin. Dear universe, in all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest intention only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that brings light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. 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 Okay. So, let's begin by working through boundaries. this mindless stuff that you do. Say your mindless thing that you do is watch TV or scroll on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. And you just do it for hours and hours and hours. But come back to me. But you do it for hours and hours and hours. This is creating this positive, like, oh, I like that. But also, it's kind of making your brain, it's like giving your brain sugar constantly. So it's really hard to then live in reality and know that things take time, that you don't get instant gratification, that it kind of fucks with your nervous system, to be honest, because that's really not how reality is. That's just purely entertainment. And so this kind of detox is more of like you're very, you limit the time. Like you say, okay, I'm just gonna do it for an hour at this time. And you go and you do it for an hour, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna be very precise. I'm actually gonna only look up this kind of stuff today, and I'm gonna stay away from that kind of stuff. And whatever you need to, where it can kind of just give your nervous system a break. You could do that with that way. You can also do it by how you eat. Oh my gosh, that's one of the most important way to release blockages is how you eat. Eating a lot of good vegetables, green vegetables, non-starchy, resistant carbohydrates. I know now I'm getting a lot into nutrition. Nice hearty fat sources, because people don't really understand how it works in the body. It's not like you eat fat and then it turns into fat in your body. No, fat is what your body uses to regulate the brain. And so our ability to regulate our mind is highly dependent on receiving adequate amounts of healthy fats and things like that. Our body works off of carbohydrates, but the type of carbohydrates that are slow absorbing, not this like refined sugar and stuff. And the protein is what keeps us full. It keeps our muscles growing, things like that. So you have to be mindful of how you treat your body. It is this kind of full circle moment here. And these are some things you can do in order to remove these blockages and shift your life. Also, what you listen to and who you're around, baby. When I say that one of the most important and fulfilling things you can do and healing things you can do is to change your circle. I mean it 1,000%. Change your circle. Get around people, or if you just need to be by yourself during this time, get around people or be by yourself where you can just be balanced in your energy. Sometimes you don't know what you need when you're in transition to your next chapter, and you also may attract people who don't know what they need, and that can kind of just create this perpetual. And if you start to love and care for these people, then you want to stay connected with them. So you might feel like you're betraying them once you figure out what you need and they still don't know what they want to do. Blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about that. Get you some people who are where you want to go or going in the direction you want to go, or just take some time with yourself. in your particular body, because everybody has their own health concerns, their own things that they want to be mindful for. And here's one of these things: for the older you get, it's it stops being what you look like on the outside, and it starts being like, how does your blood work look? How does your skin look? Like, the parameter starts to change, because you start to realize all of that superficial shit you cared about when you were a child doesn't really matter when you're an adult. You know that real health is wealth, and you can look very in shape and not have good health, and you can be the non-conventional, image of health and be full of health. And so it's important now to establish deep expression of certain feelings and such. I'm like, yes, I just described jealousy when I could have just said jealousy. Anyway, it's just a person trying to not respect boundaries and kind of force their way in there, but then not treat the inside with, tender love and care, like just being sweet and stuff like that. So let's just make sure that around you, you're only surrounded by those that see your beauty and appreciate it, and see their own beauty and appreciate it. Let's make sure you are only surrounded by people who express their confidence and enjoy your confidence as well. Let's make sure that you're always surrounded by those that feed you as well as you feed them, and that the energy is balanced. And that's one of the most important things, is having balanced energy. It's not about you being the sun or you being a sidekick in someone's story. It's everyone is their own universe, and us being able to come together and to be and witness each other in our own unique universes, and working together as well to become one, but yet very different and all that stuff. That is one of the most beautiful gifts that the universe can give to us. The gift of sharing in that kind of way. So, if anyone is jealous of you, let's shift that energy so that instead of jealousy, they feel support. They feel supported by you, and all they want to do is support you. They just want to support you. Okay. Now I want to go through here, because sometimes when people take advantage of really nice people, those really nice people start to close up. And unfortunately, sometimes you might close up for one reason, but limit yourself from receiving love or receiving appreciation fully in a genuine kind of way. And so a part of this session is removing any love blockages as well. And that starts with ourselves. So if you're able, take your hands, put them across your body. You can also give yourself a nice, warm hug. Put hands across your body. Breathe in. Exhale. Feel yourself in your physical body in this moment. Feel yourself. Notice every part of you, your ankles, your toes, your wrists, your nose, whatever that is. Feel that. And feel how much you love yourself, how much you trust yourself, how much you need yourself, how much you don't regret anything, that you are happy to have been born the person that you are today, that it was meant to be exactly like this. It had to be exactly like this. This is the best iteration of this life, regardless of how it is going or where it's going. This is the best. So just keep breathing in there. Balancing there. And forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for doubting any moments where you felt powerless. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for trusting those that maybe did not turn out to be trustworthy. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. yourself fully. That even if there's no rational reason, if sometimes you just feel down, to trust yourself, to tap in and to be with yourself, to show up for yourself, and to be in the moment with yourself, and to have love for yourself, for yourself. Okay, so bringing that energy back together here, just breathing in, exhaling, releasing, letting go. And we're going to do that again, but we're going to go a little bit slower, okay? Or a lot of bit slower. Breathing in, and we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, let it go. Breathe on your own now. So if you were able to make it all the way to 7, then cool. If you weren't, that's okay too. But if you could go even longer, that's excellent as well. So take another breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, let it go. Sometimes I can inhale, or sometimes I can exhale longer than I can inhale. It's interesting, like I felt like I just inhale so quickly that it's like, oh wow, how do people have these sustained inhales? And then at the same time, I feel like I exhale so slow. And I'm like, wait a minute, how am I able to exhale so long? So I hope this is making you feel grounded. Okay. I hope that with each one of our sessions, you're reminded to love yourself more fully and more deeply. You're reminded to be with yourself in this moment. You are tapped in to what is important to you. And you feel good. You know, this whole community is about feeling good, is about checking in with ourselves, about having routine and in self-care. And it's so amazing how things may not feel like they're always in your control, or things may not feel like they're going well in other parts of your life, but when you're able to just have a routine in something and you feel like there is some movement in some direction, that can be healing, that can bring a lot of joy in your life during times that may feel a little meh. So just enjoy it wherever you can find your happiness. religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay. I'm really cold right now, so I'm just going to put this blanket on. So if you'd like to snuggle up for the prayer, feel free. Any other time it's hot, it's like freezing. Okay, you ready? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. 2 more. Last breath. Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. I'm trying to will myself to take my arms out of this blanket because it felt very good. I don't know, I had a little shawl thing. I probably should like wrap it around my arms. But I'm going to be burning some stuff, so I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to light the blanket on fire. I made this mixture last week of sage, mugwort, bay leaves, and these kind of shells in order to create a certain vibrational experience. Every time I was thinking like, I wanted to say mugwort, but I kept on wanting to say mung beans. I was like, I don't think I put that in there. What did I put in there? So, why I think this is particularly nice for protecting you from jealousy and love protection and removing blockages is because it has a very just get to the point cleansing kind of effect. Okay. And you can just clear out the path. Just clear out the path. Okay. You are protected. You are protected. You are protected. You are protected. Okay. I'm just going to take some of the soot and just gently place it over you so yourself. Believe in the balance that you're able to give yourself. Believe in the love that is surrounding you. That's just to remove any old love blockages, sever any connections that no longer serve you, and release it, release it, release it, release it, release it, release it. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, and no need to judge. Just let it be. You don't have to understand every little thing about it. Just let it go. Let it go. Release it from your energy. Tap into that new part of you, that new piece of you, the new essence of who you are and what you're becoming, and believe in yourself fully, greatly. Balance yourself. Balance yourself. Balance yourself. And just relax here. You are protected. You are loved. You have guidance all around you. You're protected. You are loved. You have guidance all around you. You're protected. You are loved. You have guidance all around you. And just removing any old things that need to go somewhere else to grow. You have all that you need. 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 Surrounding you, protecting you. Love will work for you. You will attract what it is you're looking for, and you will be surrounded by the love you deserve, the love that you have, the love that is surrounding you at all times. You have that. 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 Keep breathing here and just okay, keep on doing that and just smooth this over your energy. Just relax into this, clearing and cleansing out, sending it on, sending it on, sending it on, sending it on, sending it, sending it on, sending it on, sending it, sending it, sending it on, taking little pieces of knowledge, interweaving them into your heart so that you know you can trust love. It is safe to be in love. It is safe to have love in your life. You are safe in love. You are safe in love. It is safe to have love in your life. You are safe in love. It is safe to be in love. It's safe to have love in your life. It is safe to be in love. It is safe. It is safe. It is safe. you keep breathing. Relax, 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 relax. You are protected. I know sometimes it feels like it could be easy to have bad luck in love or something like that, but you're in control. You have more control than you know. If you do not like the love that shows up in your life, drastically make changes. When you say no to something that's not working, no matter how much you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, or how complicated things are, if it's not complicated at all, when you really put your foot down and make a decision, this is what I want in my life and this is what I'm going to accept, you bring that energy in against, and so that you are able to bring the love that you want in your life from others, as well as self-love, because y'all know I'm always trying to throw self-love in there. Y'all looking for something outside of you when you could have everything you need on the inside, and that would actually attract people to you, but whatever. And some protection on you, so that you got to think about it when it comes to this kind of manifesting stuff. Sometimes people are wanting to pull you over to where they're at because they're using energy in a kind of way that I don't always think is so ethical. So putting a protection over you so that only your person finds you and that these other people do not waste your time, as well as protecting your love, protecting y'all's life and all that stuff. So if you're new to the community, babies, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you relax, take care of yourself, you just be here in this space. And so if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. You are now one of my babies. You get one kiss on the forehead. And if you're a returning baby, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, so we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, may I touch you? Just move that. And relearning the same old toxic patterns. Just over and over and over and over and over again, okay? You don't have to learn them till you're blue in the face. We're gonna let them go so that you can check off all of your boxes and the person that you're truly looking for. But let's just take some moments to work on the self a little bit too, okay? Because that's the most important part. When you vibrate from a level of 100% self-acceptance, self-love, self-gratitude, you will then attract the person that you need. It is not the opposite. Oh, please, please, please bring this person to me. It's, oh, I love this life. I'm so grateful for this life. I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to share it with others along the way. And I'm only going to let that important person into my space. Everyone else can go. So that's what we're placing into this session. Now, I will say this as well. We're just going to do some protection. Yeah. Where my stick go? We're going to do some protection for you because sometimes people will try to manifest you in their life because they want you, but they're not best for you. Maybe you're best for them, but they're not best for you. So what we're going to do here is we don't want anybody to waste your time. There are some people who just naturally, it's actually pretty amazing, they're just naturally connected energetically, and they're able to pull, especially when someone's obsessed, they're able to pull and bring you into their life. But we want to protect you from being pulled into that, because energy and attraction and things like that, it doesn't have, it's not positive or negative, it's just a function, it just happens. So people who are not so great for you can try to pull you back into their lives, and people who are excellent for you that maybe aren't pulling so much, there might still be a distance. So what we want to do is just allow the universe to do its work. We don't got to go out of our way and start to manipulate things. Just let the universe do its work. And so let you be protected from anyone trying to be an energy vampire or trying to take up space and time in your life. Let that be disconnected. Let that be disconnected. Let that be disconnected, okay? Now inhale. Exhale. So I'm just going to work on past pain that has to do with love. Sending it somewhere else. Past experiences. Just sending it somewhere else. Past drama and trauma surrounding love. And I heard a really interesting quote. I mentioned it a couple months ago, where when you first meet somebody and you have that feeling of butterflies, oh, I know this person, is because you've already dealt with that before. Not like, are you, romantically attracted to that person, or you like the way that they, show up in your life, but because if they remind you of the feelings that you felt at the beginning of the relationships that did not work, the exact same feelings, it's typically going to go in a certain direction. Because when somebody is really there to stay, it'll be a new feeling, and the feeling won't be as high and low. The feeling will be pure and stable. No more of that. Because sometimes in relationships, we get all this up here, and then we get all this down here, and then we get all this up here, and so we get addicted to that. Instead of questioning, is this the time to get all this, Let's just fill ourselves out. Let's just have a good time. And also, if I'm getting this down here, is that what I deserve? No, I don't want to have those dynamics. The person will show up with a very pure and consistent energy for you. So bringing that into your life, 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 and just okay, good job. Okay, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Final breath. Exhale. Let's just balance that. Let's just balance that. Let's just balance that. Balance it out. Balance it out, okay? And, okay, be at peace. So just working through all of that. Working through all of that. So, just letting go of any now. We're going to start working with the mental and emotional stuff. Removing any mental or emotional blockages that make you feel like it's not going to work. Let's just take that out, take that out, take that out, take that out. Take that out, take that out, take that out. Take that out, take that out, take that out. Take that out, take that out, take that out. Take that out, take that out, take that out. Take that out. Just remove it. Just remove it. Just remove it. Just remove it and take it out. Take that out. Take that out. Just send it somewhere else. Believe that you deserve to have peace in your romantic life. And just understand that if you are missing peace in your romantic life, it is typically because there's something that might be a little bit in the other interpersonal relationships that you have in your life. Family, friends, or even how you show up. Like, for example, the dynamics that you have in your family that maybe even extend over to your friendship circles may not work in relationships. Why? Because those dynamics you have within your family, that's y'all's unique dynamics. Don't assume that everybody's experiencing that. And those dynamics you have in your friendship circle is what you all consent to. Don't think that everybody else out here in the world is living like that too. So if you find somebody that you really feel like could hold value and you hold value in their life, but it's just different, don't see that as negative. See it as, now it's time for me to evolve and change. These other two things are going to change, friends and family, but I think it's for my best good. I want to evolve in the way that I approach things. So you will be able to find what is right for you. You will be able to find what is right for you and what you need. Just work through that. And I'm just taking anything left. Now, I need you to, if you get anything saying today. Get this. It starts with loving yourself. The biggest shortcut to getting someone to come into your life and attract someone is to love yourself and to enjoy life. And because you love yourself and you love this life that you're living, you go out and you experience it with others, and that's how you meet people. If you want to meet them online, if you want to meet them in places that are going out or hobbies or whatever, among your friends, the key is you have to be happy, because people are attracted to happy people, not fake happy, because that's kind of annoying, where it's like, chill out, but genuinely just happy with your life, and the way that you demonstrate that looks different to everybody. Some people is, some people it's more reserved, but just genuinely being happy and peaceful, that's how you get the love that you want, because you're already giving it to yourself. So you can bring someone who comes in and you all can compliment each other. It's that simple. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed the session today, and I hope that it helped you in both attracting love, balancing love, developing your self-love, and protecting you against people who waste your time. So, don't forget that we have the giveaway going on in the Patreon community, and you're going to be answering the question, why are you ready to be a healer? And so the patrons can answer that question, and they win a spot in the 2023 Fall Reiki Master Teacher Apprenticeship Cohort. I'm so excited. And of course, the Patreon community is $3.33 a month, and we do a lot of fun things. Like now we're doing the Rebirth Healing Cleanse. I had herb pairings with that, and we've been meeting and just be surrounded by people who want to see you blossom and or bloom. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we have a relaxing session where we're going to remove any roadblocks that have been happening during your magical journey, okay? To free up space, so as you are manifesting and working with your magical abilities, you are not being pulled back by deep unconscious things that you just don't know. So let's get this reality. So let's just get your flow of energy going in a great direction, okay? Letting go of the past pain and creating room for what you really want, the life you truly want. Are you worthy of this life? If so, act like it. Step into it with confidence, patience, persistence, and gratitude. I'm going to take a couple moments here. Just feel it on your face. Removing the baggage of the past. Freeing you into the future. Free, free, free you. Free you. Free you. Free you, free you, free you. Free you, free you, free you. Okay. Just clear it out. depression. let's fill you up. Wow, family, you did a fantastic job. We've removed all the unnecessary anxiety, worry, depression, baggage, anything that might have been coming up as you were manifesting. Now to close you up, seal you with the sign of the infinite, to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start by just that beginning layer. Very much so surface level, very much so root chakra. Start to remove those blockages. Now, a couple things that happen with blockages. Sometimes it's stagnant energy, and sometimes it's just kind of a too much activity going on that can create the blockage inside of us. So we just gotta work through that, okay? I think a really common one to kind of explain, makes it really simple to understand, would be the throat chakra. You know, you ever feel like you got so much to say and you're holding it back at work, in life, wherever, and what happens there is it creates stagnant energy. If you are suppressing it, that means the energy's there, but you are blocking it off and the energy gets stuck in that pattern. If it's something in which naturally there is not enough think about life and you have like a big goal, you know what I like to call them? I like to call them big crunchy goals. You got a big crunchy goal, and for some reason you just can't get it. You're like, and other stuff you can get, but just some of these you just can't get it. And sometimes it might just be an energetic blockage. You know, the solution to most things, I believe anyway, is a change of habit, breaking cycles, and kind of that full process of what that is. But the blockages is kind of, it represents where we're kind of cut off from those opportunities in our life. And sometimes we don't even know it's a blockage. Like, we learned to experience life a certain way, and we actually might call it something else. It's so interesting. I was reflecting the other day on like anxiety and just the feelings of feeling anxious, and I wondered, I was like, whoa, what I think is anxiety may not be what everyone thinks or is categorizing anxiety. I'm sure there are things that are similar, but maybe things are different. And then I started to think more thoroughly, and I was like, wow, there can be an array of emotions or feelings that remind us of anxiety, but are telling us other things that actually have nothing to do with being anxious. So in the same kind of situation, there are a lot of experiences we're having in which we can be blocked off from certain things. We can be blocked off from a certain type of energy, and we can't even see it. We might even think what's blocking us is love. Mind blown right there. Now, the easiest way to know if that's kind of what has happened to you is look at the people you learned it from. Were they able to achieve all their goals? Were they able to have happy relationships? Were they able to feel good about themselves? The answer is no. Take a moment to have some self-reflection within yourself about habits you need to change, especially if you happen to have kids, that you don't want to be passing those certain traits on, or habits, you know, making that a norm. So just thinking that. Now, how do you feel? Just breathe through it. And we're just sending it on to its next evolutionary path, letting it do what it needs to do somewhere else, just not doing it here. And just let it be, you know. Let it go and let it flow. Let it go and let it flow. And just release it from where it's at, and just kind of train yourself. I got this one hair sticking up. I could, it's my bedtime. Train you, or train, I can't even speak right now. Train it out of your life. Train those blockages so that they don't train you. So just side note, I feel like I can scroll online for hours, and the moment that I sit down to do a healing, it's like then I'm sabotaging because I was so dedicated to the people that I cared about. I just kind of cared about what they had going on, but I was trying to do what I felt like I needed to do, and it just was constantly competing. But as soon as I kind of broke through that blockage that was happening in my life, then I had a very different experience. I started to feel like, oh, there is space for me out here in the world, you know. I realized that I was kind of busying myself with other people because I wasn't sure if what I was doing would work out, you know. But I didn't have the same emotional ties to helping someone else, and in fact, I felt like I could inspire someone to push past their limits versus how I felt in the moment at that time, not being able to push back past mine. But once I was able to do that, that blockage that was there kind of like disintegrated. It was no longer a thing. And so I say all of that to say, push past your limits. At first, the little things are so uncomfortable, but then you just gotta take your time and get past it. And then, you know, once you get past it that first time, you don't notice it again, because even if you have to face it again, it just doesn't bother you. But then the kind of goalpost gets farther and farther away, and sometimes things are cool and coasting, and then you hit another thing you gotta get over. You're like, oh God, I still gotta work on myself in this life. So much life to go. So much life to go. Haven't I learned all the life lessons yet? No. It's so funny because I can see all of the life lessons that I've learned, you know, prior, and they were just on the it was on an existential level. What is the point of me being here? Like that, I felt like that's where I was at, you know, and trying to find meaning in this life. And now that I feel like I have meaning in this life, now it's like, how do I bring the things that I feel like are important, that my soul has incarnated into this experience to have? How do I bring it out? And how do I not lose energy in doing that? Meaning, like, you know, when I get bored, I'm like, oh fuck this, I don't feel like doing X, Y, and Z. Now how can I keep that momentum going? But I no longer worry about those other things that were blockages before, which was what is my purpose? Why did I go through these things? Why, you know, what is like trying to understand every little thing? It shifted and it changed. But now it's like, for me, this is my thing that I'm working through, is just patience. Because the goals are much further away, you know. Instead of the goals being a couple months or a couple years, now it's like a decade. And I'm like, for me, I really struggle with patience. I like it right now. I want to do it right now. I want to work very hard right now. Versus it's a marathon, you know. You gotta take your time. You don't have to do the most. And in not doing the most, it frees things on like a generational level, an energetic level, you know. And the reason why things shouldn't go that fast is because there's a lot of people that we connect with along the way. It's necessary, because when you reach your goals, you open up a freedom within other people as well. And whatever you want to do, it just takes time. It just takes time. And that's normal. I'm right there with it, with you, family, you know. Babies, I'm trying to learn myself. Patience. And I think a big shift that I had was, I used to have very, very finite goals. This is what I want. Because, you know, I think it is true. If you tell the universe what you want and you go after it, you will make it happen. But what I don't think I did was, I didn't analyze the importance of the goals that I had. Was the goals that I desire wasn't really that important? What is the origin of those things? this, da 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 da, so I can let my actual personality show versus